The fielder, Mujibur Rahman, is a left arm thrower. If he was a right arm thrower, I think it would have been risky, but he had to run around the ball. It was a bit slow to release, and body on the line. This is fantastic batting. It's been a wonderful partnership.
It's been neat touches, clean touches, and big hitting by Rohit Paudel. Moves to 45 of 31. We were talking about 40 of 40 will be a very good score for Rohit Paudel, but it's 45 of 31. A good strike rate.
What a time for the captain and vice captain to come together and say, this is our night. Tonight's our night. And now he'll go to the ramp. Won't quite get to 50 yet. One bounce four. They're taking a real liking to Farouk, who's travelling the distance. The last 3 overs have gone for 37. Nepal 97 for 3.
%100% pure sunflower बाट बनेको धारा हेल्थ रिफाइन्ड sunflower oil.
गजबको पिरो.
Won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
Strange choices, isn't he? I thought he would have bowled his 4 on the bounce up at the top. He's held one back for himself. Farouk has not looked like a good option in these conditions. And now Nepal are doing a brilliant job of completely reducing the dot balls. In fact, it feels like every ball is being scored off.
Yeah, they're scoring every ball. In the first place, when Dipender Singh Airi came in, he just had to watch. Ois Ahmed was bowling very well.
Now turn on offer. That's the pace to bowl on this surface. It's very clear. I think Mujibur Rahman has completely misread it. I think there's been a few incorrect bowling changes and choices. First stop ball, I think, since the drinks break. And another one, half an appeal, but Paudel keeps the back foot in.
The 2 balls that he bowled, the second and the third ball, in a good pace outside the off stump. Rohit Paudel almost getting that back foot outside the line.
.50 for the captain of Nepal. It's going to be his first T20I 50 of 2025. His first since last October. That was in King City against Oman. It's his 8th T20I century altogether. It's been an innings of the highest quality. One real moment of fortune. He's made very first delivery, 5 deliveries per Esh. He's taken that and he's cashed in. He's made up just 5 deliveries per Esh. 6 fours, 1 6 half an appeal. And it's been as good an innings as I've seen from Nepal's captain. Well, in a very long time. Maybe since that West Indies A series last year. Nepal's captain.
And under pressure.
Well, in a very long time. Maybe since that West Indies A series last year.
And under pressure as well, because the wickets were going down from the other side. Credit goes to Dipender Singh Airi as well, the vice captain. He came in, gave company to Rohit Paudel.
Swept powerfully. We'll bring the 100 up. Now Airi wants the second. He's going to have to get moving. Just as well he's maybe the cricket. Oh no, they're going to have 3. Sensational. Nobody else in the world turns us into 2, let alone 3. And the pressure really telling on Qatar. Watch the running between the wickets here. He's like an absolute hare across the turf. Yet to get the afterburners on. And then Paudel's awareness to say, OK, you've given us 2, let's have 3, thanks very much. Outstanding running. Can't take your eyes off these 2. 102 for 3.
Laksha Aneg, Energy 8. Energy भनेकै Red Bull.
विदेशमा हुनुहुन्छ आफ्नो विदेशी नम्बरबाट सेवा रजिस्टर गर्नुहोस्.
पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याग 10 वर्षदेखि गुणस्तरीय सेवामा समर्पित.
बेबे यो चीज बल लगाउँ न है.
हे यो चीज बल छैन. 2 PM चीज बल्स हो के?
यो भन्नु भयो के उहाँले 2 PM चीज बल्स.
It's also back on brand with the style of cricket that we saw Nepal take to the West Indies during the Unity Cup. Daniel Archer will return for his second. Do you have any idea why they went away from that brand in the first 3 games, where they struggled with the bat, to be honest, despite winning all 3 matches?
Well, actually, it can be the pitches as well. Sharjah pitch was a bit better than the pitches here.
Easier to score.
Yes, it was.
But I suppose I don't necessarily see that in the playing surfaces changing your brand. This should be the brand. 1s and 2s. Bits of innovation, ramps and scoops, and that's going to skid away off the advertising surface and run for 4 more. I don't think there's many batters in the world who use the pace on the ball better than Rohit Paudel, and he's been at his very best tonight.
It was on the middle and off. He ramped that over the keeper's head for a boundary. Now, getting a momentum shift, Nepal. They are 107 for 3 in the 15th over. A good platform to unleash at the back end of the innings.
Qatar must be thinking, oh no, not again. Not at this venue, not against Nepal. Cut away, good stop. It's the first good piece of fielding in a little while from Qatar. They've been getting just run ragged. So much pressure applied upon the men in maroon by these 2 fantastic runners between the wicket, but that was 3 runs saved, and credit to the backward point fielder.
Again, Rohit Paudel hitting that ball swiftly down to backward point.
I think it might have been Mujibur Rahman with a diving stop there. Again, just a deflection. Again, he wants to. Surely he won't get it this time, as Sharik Munir does the fielding and just threatens the throw. Been great entertainment this, and certainly looks like Nepal on track for an above par total.
Yes, they are right on track. They shouldn't lose any wickets from now on. The 3 runs that they took was unbelievable.
Yeah, it really was. Breathtaking stuff. Paresh, we've seen the ICC highlight Nepal's performances again on the ICC social media channels. I think the last count I saw that final over finished last night had done over 10 million views. That's not just fans from Nepal, are they? Like, these cardiac kids are generating a global following now.
Yeah, it is a global following.
Picked up into the leg side, fielder there, straight to him. And the fun is going to be over for Dipendra Singh Airi. Daniel Archer's slight change of pace might have been the off-cutter, and a lack of pace in the surfaces. Nepal just went away from what was working so well in that partnership, and Qatar desperately needed that wicket. A well-deserved breakthrough.
It was an off-cutter on the middle stump. It was hit straight to the fielder. It's Zubair Ali taken a rather comfortable catch. Dipendra Singh Airi, after playing a good hand of 26 of 21, has to depart. Nepal are 110 for 3. Sorry, 4.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन। आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक।
लक्ष्य अनेक, एनर्जी एक। एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल।
बेबे, यो चीज बल लगौँ न है?
हे, यो चीज बल छैन। 2 PM चीज बल हो के?
यो भन्नुभयो के उहाँले 2 PM चीज बल्स।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
स्वस्तिकको स्वाद अनि 30 वर्षको साथ।
स्वस्तिक सोयाबिन तेल, 30 वर्षको विश्वास। एशियन पेन्ट्स अल्टिमा प्रोटेक्ट शाइन। यसमा भएको UV हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलोजीले घाम, पानी, धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्ष सुरक्षा। घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार घर, वर्षौं वर्ष।
Slog swept, but straight to the fielder, so should just be the single. Understand what you're saying, Paresh, but with 5 overs to go, is that not the exact finisher's role?
But you'll have to go and ask the head coach for that.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm with you on that front. He's been out of international cricket for 3 years, played both games, the second and third game, that is, in Sharjah in the Unity Cup. Hadn't played any cricket at all, really. Obviously out of action for well publicised reasons. However he goes, and absolutely it's so great to see Mohamed Adil Alam back into the team and back playing cricket and back looking happy after such a difficult time in his life. Chipped straight to the backward point fielder, who can't hold on. Well, that would have been taken in the second innings, you suspect, by probably all 11 of Nepal's fielders. Zubair Ali, he was just on his heels, wasn't he? Surely this should have been caught.
Again, one of the Nepali batters getting the top edge. He had to dive in front, completely misjudged it.
For me, at this level, that's a regulation chance. No one ever tries to drop a catch, but he just got himself in a tangle. For someone who's a very experienced cricketer, I know new to the international game, but a great pedigree back in his native Pakistan. And that was a regulation chance. Adil Alam should have been caught for none, but he gets off the mark. I think this is a bizarre choice. I think it could cost between 10 and 20 or even 30 runs, depending upon how well Gulshan Jah would have gone. And I just think, particularly with the left arm spinner still with overs left, had to go with the left-hander. Four singles from the over. Great credit to Oais Ahmed. Super spell from him. He found the right pace on the pitch. He finishes with 1 for 17. Nepal have 4 overs left. It's 114 for 4.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
पुस्तालाई मायाले जोड्ने जिन्दगीलाई अर्डिनेरीबाट एक्स्ट्रा अर्डिनेरी बनाउने सधैँ KFC.
How will Mirza Mohammed Beg see it? He's got 1 over left himself. Looks like he wants to go with 1 more of Archer. Does he turn back to spin? We haven't seen any more from the off spinner since he started. Doesn't want to bowl him to the 2 right-handers, I suspect.
It's kind of a mandatory for a bowler who takes a wicket to come back and bowl again.
Yeah, you often used to get that, didn't you? Sort of in the olden days. A bit more flexible in the modern T20I game. Now, thuds into the pad, probably just angling down. He sort of angles the ball in, doesn't he? Powell wants to come down and have a word with Adil Alam. Oh, just missing the leg stump.
Didn't actually got the pace of the wicket there. Mohammad Adil Alam, he's faced 5 deliveries for just 2 runs in a tricky situation here.
What a take! Unbelievable grab. Second stunning caught and bowled of the evening. A complete reflex catch, and Adil Alam's short stay at the crease will end thanks to a moment of magic from Daniel Archer Maria Luis. We've seen some brilliant catches this tournament, and that is right up there with the very best of them. Superb reflexes, superb catch.
This is the second grab. It's exactly like the same before. The left-hander taking a catch of Kushal Malla.